Hello Cancer, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the month of April of 2025. I come back here at the end of the month usually and give you an overview of the following month, and that's what I'm doing today. So if you haven't been here before, welcome to you. I do one of these readings for each of the signs, and if you are new, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right hand corner if you decide that you want to stay. Cancer, thank you if you're coming back here. If you are my ride or die, I appreciate you so much, my water family. Let's get to it. Each one of these decks is going to represent something different. This particular deck is going to be talking about what the overall energy is for the month of April 2025 for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Cancer, please. What's going on for Cancer in the month of April? Tell me about Cancer in the month of April, the overall energy. We've got the crown chakra. So this is going to be an enlightening month for you here. It feels like you are going to be enlightened but through temptation. I feel like you're going to be put in situations where you have to make decisions about what's good for you and what's no longer good for you. It feels like you're going to be getting some downloads, but you're going to be inspired to do the right thing, is what it feels like. This next deck is for something that is not necessarily within your control for the month of April. Tell me what is not in Cancer's control for the month of April. Cancer, if it's not within your control, then you should probably get it out of your head. Let the universe take care of it. Just give it to the universe. Tell me what is not within Cancer's control in the month of April. We have deserving. Oh, feels like you are going to be, it feels like you're going to be enlightened, but deserving can mean many things, right? Deserving of love, deserving of kindness, deserving, whatever you're deserving of, right? We all get what we deserve, whether it's good or bad. And so I feel like it's enlightenment for you, is what it feels like. We've got a lot of yellow here. So it feels like there's a lot of solar plexus chakra stuff going on here in this month. It feels like enlightenment. It feels like confidence. It feels like you've done good works, and I feel what's coming back to you is good works, because this person is standing amongst the flowers, right? There's a lot of abundance, a castle in the background. So it almost feels like you're on the payback. I want to say whatever you've thrown at the universe, they're throwing back, and I think that what you threw at the universe was some pretty good stuff. We have a commitment. So there might be a commitment, a temptation to commit to somebody here might be coming up in the month of April. This particular deck, we're going to talk about your finances. We're just going to do a little short run through of your finances for the month of April. Find out what's going on with that. Tell me about Cancer and finances for April 2025. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We've got trust. Okay, that's the hard part, right? Trusting that the finances will get better. It's trusting that the finances will grow. I think that you're supposed to trust the universe. It feels like you're going to be getting some downloads in the month, right? So I feel like you are deserving, and it feels like it might be a little bit easier for you to trust because things are actually moving in the right direction for you. You're going to be reframing something that has to do with your finances. Maybe you're deciding to put more money in the 401k or the RRSPs. It feels like you're doing something differently with your money than you did previously. And I feel like you're going to have to give trust. So trust in the bank, trust in the loans officer, trust that someone's giving you the right information. This last deck is about love. It could be platonic. It could be romantic. Let's talk about this. Tell me about love for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have happy. So it does feel like for some of you, you might be deciding, you might be tempted to commit to somebody here. Maybe somebody that you're revisiting. It says reframe, right? Could be something that you're deciding to try again, or maybe you're just trying to get into a relationship again. It could be something that you're trying again. But we have trust and happy next to each other, which is never a bad thing. We do have chop wood. So I feel like you're ready to put in the hard work, is what it feels like. You're ready to put the hard work into possibly trying to make something work between you and someone else. I feel like all of the chakras are open for you here. So I feel like you're running on full speed. It feels like there is, you've got the key to your happiness. And so you can say yes or you can say no. And I think either way, you're going to be just fine. Tell me about happy for love, please. We've got embrace. So I think that's what the universe is telling you. Look, there's going to be a commitment showing up here. I feel like you're going to be tempted to commit to somebody, and I feel like this it says find peace within your current state of being. So once you find peace, I feel like that's when you decide that you're going to be happy in some sort of a commitment or a relationship. Acceptance, accepting past and current situations, working through issues gracefully. So it is about, you know, accepting the present moment as it is, not trying to change it, not trying to hope for it to be different or better or worse. It's just trying to let the situation be as it is. Let's talk about tarot. Tell me about the crown chakra. The overall energy is a bunch of downloads. I feel like you're open to whatever the universe is going to give you here. Tell me about the crown chakra and what are the some of the downloads that Cancer is going to be receiving in the month of April. We've got the Four of Cups and we've got the Sun. So I feel like you, while you are spending time by yourself is when you are going to get these breakthroughs. It feels like with the Four of Cups, it's like I want to say that you're in a content energy, but the Four of Cups can also, if you stay there too long, can also become an energy where, you know, you don't want to move from, right? The Four of Cups, maybe you start rejecting invitations. You start rejecting when people come to you and say, hey, do you want to come out? Do you want to? I feel like you get into a place where you begin to reject invitations because you're just too comfortable staying home. Look, Cancer, you're like the Taurus of the water signs. You like to stay home. You don't mind staying home. You don't mind not being in amongst people because all of their energy sticks to you. So we've got the Sun. I feel like you're going to have some sort of a breakthrough, a download that's coming in here, that it's time for you to get out and enjoy the weather, because in some parts of the world it is turning into spring. So I feel like it's happiness. Things are growing. You're growing. I feel like in order for you to grow past the Four of Cups here, this comfort zone, in order for you to grow past there, you do have to get out under the sun, I'm going to say. Tell me more about Cancer. I feel like you're going to have some sort of a realization or a breakthrough that there's nothing that grows in the comfort zone. And so I feel like you are probably going to move out of the comfort zone. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Fool card. We have the Judgment. And we have the Seven of Wands. Two of Cups is in the reverse. So it does feel like for the overall energy here that there is a new door that's opening. So this is all pointing to new opportunities for you to embrace your happiness and make good decisions, possibly being tempted to commit and put hard work into possibly creating more finances or possibly a relationship. It does feel like a door is opening. Because of your hard work, you are creating opportunity for yourself. The Judgment card tells me that you're going to have to make a really big decision about where you are taking your life. What is in the future for you? I feel like that's what you're getting the downloads for, and these realizations that you've got to get out of the comfort zone if you are going to be able to move forward for the rest of the year. You've got to stop just sitting there, being rooted to a spot and just not being out amongst people. I feel like this Seven of Wands is telling me that although there is a new door opening here, I mean, we are the new moon today as I read this, the new moon, we also had a partial solar eclipse today in Aries, and it does feel like you are a little bit defensive or feeling like I got to protect myself or have some boundaries. If I expect to make this decision at the Two of Wands, she's holding two wands in the air. If I expect to take action and get out of this place where I am in this Four of Cups, I'm really going to have to protect myself. I feel like you have this energy that is at the bottom of the deck is always for the future for me. And so in the future is all this energy as well. So I feel like you need to accept something from the past because I think it's clouding whatever the future might bring. So it almost feels like the temptation is to commit to somebody in a relationship, but first you must accept that whatever was in the past is in the past. This is to me a relationship that was not necessarily toxic, but we didn't really get along as well. We didn't really agree on the same things. It feels like it was maybe a little bit unhealthy. So unhealthy relationship that possibly was codependent or toxic. Maybe it started unhealthy and went to a toxic place. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you need to accept before you're going to be able to move off into a new relationship. And it feels like it starts at the beginning of the month with this overall energy of you having to make big decisions about how I'm going to move forward and go into the future. I do have to put up some boundaries because being with people is a lot of hard work, like a lot of hard work energetically for you is what I mean. Because Cancer, all of people's energy sticks to you, right? let's talk about this deserving here. So this is something that's not within your control. And so we're all deserving, right? We all get what we deserve in the end. Whether it's whatever we've created and thrown at the universe is what's coming back to us. I feel for you it's something good because this person is deserving of lush, green, abundance, a castle. It feels like things are beautiful where this person is. We've got the Chariot, got the Eight of Wands, Page of Swords, Three of Wands, Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Pentacles. Got the Empress in the distance on the bottom of the deck for the future energy. Cancer, the Chariot has shown up. That is your energy. So we're definitely talking about you. It does feel like you're about to roll into some success or some sort of a victory. It feels like you're going to get communication about something. And it feels like you're very deserving of positive communication. It's the communication or whatever is beginning to move quickly toward you here is about something that is victorious. It's something that's going to give you balance and something that is going to give you success and vitality and victory and movement forward is what it feels like. Communication is with the Page of Swords, and we do have the Three of Wands. It feels like you've been waiting for this communication because you know that this communication is something that is going to allow you to plan your future. But I really do feel like it's out of your control. Like we got the Knight of Pentacles that moves slow as snail's pace. But this person doesn't really care if they get the information to you quickly. They want to get the correct information to you. We've got the Ten of Swords. There is something here that is ending or that you're going to be able to release at this point. And it does feel like it's something that you've been harboring or holding on to, whether it's in the mind or it feels like it's something, maybe there was a betrayal, maybe there was a really hard cycle, and it was keeping you prisoner of the mind. It feels like that. I feel like this was supposed to be a learning curve for you. So in the month of April, I feel like something is coming to fruition that you had no control over, that you've been waiting on, and it feels like it's money, or it feels like somebody was maybe willing you a house or giving you a car, or something that you thought was out of your reach and that you had no control over, that your hands were tied. There wasn't much you could do. The Empress is here, which is telling me whatever is happening here is quite abundant, but it's something that you never expected would come through in the month of April. I think that you thought it would come maybe closer to the end of the year or maybe in a few months, but I feel like you've been waiting on this communication for a while. I feel like you do get some sort of communication telling you that you are deserving of something. Is what it feels like. Deserving of money, deserving of time, deserving of something that somebody left you. It feels like it is abundant stuff. Could be a house, could be a beautiful place to live. Abundance in general. Tell me about finances. Let's talk about finances for Cancer. I feel like you're really open to whatever the universe has for you this month. That's what it feels like. You're being very open and you're ready to explore new things. Tell me about trust. What does trust mean for the finances here? We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Queen of Cups. It's going to get better, I'm going to say. So I think that you're supposed to trust that whatever hardship you're going through financially right now is about to get better. We go from the Five of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is regret. Maybe a regret that you spent too much money on something, or regret that maybe this thing has to do with money. It's like sadness. And we go from the Five of Pentacles to the Queen of Cups. The Five of Cups to the Queen of Cups. You go from a place of where maybe you were spiraling out just a little bit in your sadness or worry, and you get to the Queen of Cups where you're like, wait a second, I got all these downloads at the beginning of the month. I know things are going to be okay. The Queen of Cups is somebody who's showing themselves compassion and kindness, but also others around them. But it's deeply emotional, whatever it is. These finances to you are deeply emotional, and they put you in this place of, you allowed it to put you in this place of being sort of in a spiral about your finances. I feel like the Queen of Cups is telling me to tell you, look, you're more intuitive than most of the signs. You know that things are going to turn out in the right way for you. Tell me about finances. We've got the Two of Wands, and we've got the Four of Cups again. So it does feel like you are sort of stuck in this place. It feels like with the Two of Wands that you're waiting to make plans to do something with this money. Maybe you want to put a down payment on a house, maybe you want to go on a trip, but it looks like you've been waiting to make plans to do something with this money that might be in trust at this time. It could be in a trust fund. Maybe that's what you're trying to get into. It could be. But I feel like you're supposed to trust ultimately that the universe has been keeping you in this Four of Cups here for a reason. In this space where you're just not moving or doing anything, or in sort of this little bit of stagnant emotional energy, I feel like the Two of Wands is telling me that action is being taken, but you just don't see that the action's being taken. So it does feel like there's something that's going on below the surface or behind the scenes that maybe at this point you're worried because everybody is silent about whatever's going on with the financial stuff. But look, the Empress shows up again. And so it does feel like the Empress showing up here tells me that you're going to have victory in abundance. Yeah, that's what it looks like. There's going to be victory in abundance here. And even though it sounds quiet right now, like maybe you don't know what's going on because nobody's saying anything, I feel like you're going to hear about it later on in the month, probably close to the last 2 weeks of the month, maybe around Easter. And then we have love. Let's talk about that. So we have embrace. It says, find peace with your current state of being. So I feel like before, this temptation to be in a commitment tells me that that you do want to move forward, but you feel like there could be something behind the scenes. Temptation is the devil. There could be something behind the scenes that is codependent, or I'm not entirely sure if this is a really good deal. Do I really want to put this much work into it? It feels like there is an opportunity for a commitment, but first you have to accept how you really feel about the situation. It's like you have to really reframe it. You don't want to go back into the same cycle that you've been in before. We've got the Two of Cups. We've got the Hanged Man. So I feel like you have love on pause. I'm going to say that's what it feels like. You've had love on pause for a while, maybe a couple of months, but it feels like you've been healing through this time because this person that's on the happy card is holding chakras. She's also balancing on an egg which has a keyhole in it. So I feel like you're the person who's in charge. You might be the person who is the more masculine energy, who's like, okay, let's do it. Like it feels like it's your decision, but I feel like love for you is on pause at this time. We do have the Justice card. We have the Page of Cups, very interesting. We have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So it does feel like, I feel as though, surprisingly, that you're going to feel very solid or balanced or restored. This is a very restorative sort of love, I want to say, and it does feel romantic. So it feels like the Three Cups are here. It feels like that is celebration. You're trying to get a perspective. What I think you don't want to do, Cancer, is get into the same cycle that you got into before. You don't want to have any repeats of the past. And so I feel like you're really looking it over with a fine-tooth comb. Justice is here. It's usually about, looking over contracts, right? We have contracts here. I feel like we're talking about a life contract. And I feel like you're trying to say to yourself, I need to accept the situation for what it is right now. If nothing were to change with this person from the moment I met them to the moment I no longer am going to be with them till death do us part, or whatever it is that the seriousness of the relationship is, do I really think that I want to be with this person and put in all this hard work for all of this time? I really think that you're thinking about it, right? You're sort of going back and forth. But I think that the answer you're coming up with is based on old information. It feels like with the Nine of Wands here that you are somebody who is the wounded warrior. So you have been hurt before, and I feel like somebody here wants you to make a decision. I think that this tells me that you might decide to say yes, because Justice is here with the Page of Cups. Even though they sprung it on you, or you're maybe you surprise yourself that maybe this is a surprisingly solid or balanced connection. So I think this is old information, and this is what's making you stall. This is what's putting you in perspective. I feel like you're supposed to embrace the present moment and accept it for what it is before you decide if you're getting into this. So just if this person never changed a hair or lick or anything, the whole time that you're in a relationship with them, is this someone that you could endure? We have the Ace of Cups. Possibly you might say yes. I'm going to leave that right there for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'll be back, though, because I'm always back. You guys know that. I'm going to go for now. And you guys have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Happy April.